Mala Singh. She is an alumnus of IIT Roorkee as an environmental scientist. Today, she is a prominent green entrepreneur in India with more than 20 years of experience. She is a certified IGBC Fellow, IGBC AP, and Lead Green Associate. She was recognized as one of the top 50 green leaders globally in the World CSR Congress 2017 and bestowed with the title of IGBC Fellow for her outstanding contribution to the green building movement in India in 2016. Today, Dr. Mala will speak on ecotourism, a need for sustainable India, a case study of Viveda Village Nashik. So let's welcome Dr. Mala.
Good evening, everyone. And I'll also tell you the difference in the ecotourism and we know the ecotourism and the sustainable tourism. But where we talk about the ecotourism, we basically correlated with the nature-based, ecological, sustainable, and more about the its interpretation in terms of local people. How do you address inclusive approach in that? But when it comes to the basically sustainable tourism, then we address all our urban areas, all hotels, resorts, and Tier 2, Tier 3 cities and rural, areas. We are talking about hotels, motels, and all green hospitality projects. As we know that since ages we have been, worshipping the nature, and we were basically worshipping the environment, its all elements, because it is a part of our Indian mythology, as our culture. So same thing is when we talk about the sustainable tourism, so there we are going to address the same thing. So I'm taking you direct to my case study. So I'm showing you my case study, which is purely based on the 5 elements of Mother Earth, which are Panch Bhutas, this is a project named as a Viveda Village Nashik, Maharashtra. This is a case study which is a health and wellness retreat. So you can see the picture of this particular project, where I'll show you many pictures now. This project is located in Nashik, which is having a 0.5 acres land, and it falls in the hot and dry climate. And we were PC Greening India was the green and sustainability consultant for this project. So you can see some of the canvas views of this project. I'll take you a just journey through first. Then I'll talk about its characteristics of green and how it is a sustainable tourism project. So you can see a drone view, how these clusters, they look like of the resort and dome. This is a half portion of that. This is the entrance lobby of the project. You can see this is a panoramic view of the 360 degree when you enter in this project, and how the scenic beauty of the landscape you can visualize. And you can also see this is inside the real picture of the clusters, where I will talk more on the concepts, the design concepts also in my next slides, where you can see this Vada concept of the villages, how that was integrated in the design itself. So now I'm coming to the case study part, when the site planning was basically the major, I would say, the beauty of this project is the setting of this project and making this design, in respect to the local environment, local climate, and also by the needs of I would say, the resource availability in the neighborhood and resource availability for constructing the product. And also the designing part was inspired from the local architecture, which was already present within those regions, because it is a hot and dry climate, but it is a very pleasant in the monsoon and winter. And if you see the settings of the project, every cluster has been designed in such a way so that natural daylight and ventilation is an integral part of the design. I'll show you the strategies in my next slides. And we have a perforated courtyards and a lot of green pockets, just to decrease the heat gain and ambient temperature in that area. And the best part was when I'm trying to address here the sustainability, because if you look into the materiality part, so in the materiality, let me tell you friends that the intent of this project was to understand the local building practices, the local construction practices, how the surrounding settlements, in those village areas, they are using. So its entire project is inspired. If you see the typical houses in Maharashtra, mostly we use the stone, plinth and timber framework, then brick or mud walls and clay pot tiles for the roofing. Similar inspirations have been used in this project. so that, all the inter-exchange of mutual exchange of skills, labor and resources, it was used in this project. If you see the mason, who are building houses in that area, and they, especially the farmers, are also giving them, in the grains in return, and that's just kind of, the culture in the surrounding areas. So now if you see the very striking feature of this project, where, so as I rightly said, that the local craftsmen, from the neighborhood villages, they were part of this project, and concrete and steel are just to avoid minimal in the project, and mostly, the local products were used in the construction of this particular property. And this is the beautiful pictures. So you can see these are the inside spaces of this particular project, where you could see that this is a monolithic character of the buildings, and which is done by the basalt stone. And this entire, the stone work, basically, it is mainly generally carried by the Vadari community in that area, which is basically the entire rural economy depend on that, this Vadari community. And they have the stone measurements experts, and those people were, basically given the opportunities to build this project. And those people were given the opportunity to get the materials also from them, for the basalt stone. This is what the sustainability concept is about, self-sufficiency. When you buy local, give the opportunity to the local people, so that makes this project more monolithic by character, because you are using the material which is monolithic by itself, and inspired from the ancient heritage structures. And I think, as one of the speaker has just mentioned, that upcycled wood, and he was talking about the wood materials, exactly the same concept in this construction of this particular resort was, when the wood was used, it was two kinds of wood applications. One was upcycled wood, otherwise the haldu wood, so which is inspired from your haldi plant, turmeric, so which is basically primarily used for the roofing system. And the upcycled wood is basically a salvage wood they have procured from the, sutar, who are the basically heading the basically local people, who are the carpenters and headed by the sutar. So basically these skills from the generations, the people, their skill, it was used in this project by using these two kinds of sustainable wood products. If you look into the roofing, clay pot tiles also, they were used in this project. Generally, you must have heard about the kumbhar, from the potter community. So which are they use it by using the traditional methods, and the same strategy was used here in this project. And I'll tell you that this was the largest consignment of pot tiles from the kumbhar in this particular area, had ever been received, and which helps in increasing the economy in the area, which also have the very good social impact. So that's also about the sustainability aspect when we talk about the triple bottom line. And most of the kumbhar, they were also involved, and their family members in this entire process, so that, the project doesn't take care only the environment and profit, but it also takes care the beneficial aspects of the social community, and enhance the local economy also as an opportunity to them. So now if you look into the design specialty in this project, it's a beautiful project. If you go there, you will feel that there's a historical prominent architectural types were used in designing of this particular project, because this is inspired from the landscape of Sahyadri Hills, because it is located very near to the Sahyadri Hills. So if you can see the architectural traces from the Tripkeshwar temple is there, and there are traditional vadas are nearby. So it was inspired. Now this is the real project pictures you can see here. So when it is inspired from the vadas, and when there is a vadas inspiration, I shown you those round clusters, I'll show you. That was inspired from the vadas culture. Then kunds, there were a lot of water bodies were created in between. Then Chaitya's concept with the beautiful and tedious Buddhist caves and monasteries, that concept was used here. You can see in the center, there was a dome for meditation center. Then the ghats. So there was, you can see a lot of amphitheaters and, the ghats like Varanasi and other areas we have. So that sort of structures were created, those spaces. I will not say structures, but these are really beautiful spaces, which is a mind-blowing experience when you go there. And here, because time is constrained, my presentation is too big, so I will not talk too much on the design, but I would like to address here there. All the amenities block were used with a 5 square concept. So in that Vada and courtyard houses, chaityas, kund and ghats. So all these naturotherapy clusters, they were put in the Vadas, massage rooms in the courtyard houses, yoga and meditation center in the chaityas, the round dome I shown you, and swimming pools and other water bodies at the kund concept, the amphitheater and the restaurant as the ghats. Then this is that cluster, I was talking about, because this is basically the guest rooms, and the guest rooms are mainly conceived as the clusters from a small settlement. And you can see that every cluster, it has a courtyard, central courtyard. And you can see here the actual picture, there is a tree. And in fact, if you see this particular, when any guest come here and he stay here, he has its individual courtyard also. Even this cluster also has its own individual courtyard. And this is a very good community space, which makes you interactive, and this gives you the inspiration of our village and local cultural values. Now coming to the monolithic character, because always we know that monolithic characters helps us to give us better views, to look into the sky, to get the green color views, to look into the landscape and scenic values of the project. This is what the monolithic character is helping in this project as well, just like our old forts. So if you see those 4 clusters I was talking about, so these are the recreational area where roofing is basically your pyramid shape, with the clay tiles. You can see the complete section of that, and local bamboos and clay tiles, how they were put here with a natural, your own personal roof garden here. And this is a toilet. This is just, we are trying to show here that how the utilization of forms and volume of the spaces were utilized, This you can see the section here. This is dome, and this is how the spaces were utilized so efficiently here. So this was basically the infrastructure and the local materials used. You can see the actual pictures of the site. You can see mostly the interior also, the salvage wood was used. You can see the bamboo material was used, and you can see the natural stone. And this is the actual photos to justify that how the construction was done. And these are also some of the envelope of the basically resort entire infrastructure, how it was done during construction. So basically, when we had talked about the passive strategies, so basically, as we know that I spoke about in my panel discussion also in the beginning, that this acts as a pyramid. So when we talk about energy conservation, this is through passive strategies, energy efficiency through B-star rated or energy efficient equipments, then renewable energy through on-site and off-site green energy applications. The same was used here. Now you see that one cluster I shown you, you can see the natural light. You don't need to switch on your lights here, and very good ventilation, cross ventilation. You have your own, the lawn here. You can see the full view of this, how beautiful it looks. Even the outer area is also with the natural pathways, with the natural stones, and most of the permeable surfaces are there, so that your rainwater, when it falls there, so it has a very good percolation ability to soak that water. So it acts as a rainwater aquifer itself. So even the most beautiful part I would like to share with you, which is very exciting when we were doing this project, you see the toilets, the toilets also has the landscape, and it also has the daylight. Even if you switch off these lights, you have a natural light in the day, even toilets also. So this is the dining area. You can see the natural daylight here. You don't need to switch on your lights. And this is the light and basically showgraphy, where you can see how beautifully the shading elements were used, and their language you can see from the picture itself. And even not only this, the universal design concept was used here. So you have a separate handicap room for the disabled people here. You have all the universal concepts of providing ramp and everything for the handicapped people as per desired standards. So this was the layout, the entire layout when we were working on the landscape here. So this is the entrance here where I shown you this lobby, entrance lobby, that panoramic view. Then these are, recently we have planted 40 people tree here and 40 burgad, the 40 big large trees are here. So this is a very nice garden here. And this is that dome I was talking about. Here you have that amphitheater, and this is the area, and this is their cluster part 2, and this is the part 1, and this is their party lawn. And here are, you can see a lot of pergolas. These are all are pergolas, all are under shaded paths, and let me tell you, here more than 90% places are, they are natural pervious areas. There is no hard concrete. So it's basically, I would say the percolation power of the soil here is so powerful, so that the entire land is working as a, natural aquifer, just to soaking the rainwater also in a natural way, because you don't have much hardscape areas here except the building footprint. So this is just a view of the project in the evening. So again, I'm showing you that panoramic view of the entry reception. So this is the how it looks like, that landscape area elements, all the amenities. And there are very specific, the themeful gardens like botanical gardens. Then we have organic vegetable gardens, medicinal gardens, and all the food. Let me tell you, the raw material for the food is also just taken from their own gardens. So they don't need any outside food here, outside raw material here. You can see some of the pictures, and you can see this. You can just buy, bare feet you can use. You don't need to use even shoes. You don't need any vehicle inside for the moment. It's just a vehicle free zone. So these are some of the health amenities inside, like your spa. Generally, because it's a health and wellness retreat. So you have these kind of spaces here, which acts as a natural aquapressure and which gives you the health benefits. This is that dome I was talking about, where yoga and meditation center is there. So these are the pergolas I was talking about in the landscape plan I've shown you. And these are the flower beds, and these are integral part of the reed bed system. I'll show you the reed bed system, how it works. This is another picture. You can see how beautiful the space are designed here, and how you can see this. This is the toilet, actually, the closure picture of that toilet now. You can see the closure picture because you can see the landscape inside the toilet. And the best part is you have a green education aspect also here. Each and every plant has been, identified with the name. So whenever the guest comes, they also understand that what is the benefit of this particular plant. And there are regular programs they conduct here for the guest also. And these are some of the quick, this is the irrigation systems. In fact, your drip irrigation, your sprinklers, everything is beautifully designed. You can see that. So irrigation is done in such a way so that you don't need too much of water here. So this is the irrigation plan which was done. And this is the water management. I'll show you in short, I'll give you a brief. The entire land is, because more than 80% is the landscape here, which are softscapes. So hardscapes and building footprints are very less. So what happened, your runoff during rain is very less when we have calculated that. So entire catchment, from entire runoff is being calculated through the weep holes in a natural well here. And that entire water is used through WTP plant for the hotel facilities. So no municipal corporation or no water is required. It is just, as rightly said by the Neeraj also, Neeraj shown you his projects, the same strategy is here. But another additional benefit in this project is the reed bed system, which I'll show you. So these are the just filtration system for the rainwater harvesting here. So this is the well I was talking about. We collect entire, the rainy season. This is always full. And in the non-rainy season, we use this water itself. So these are the metering system, and this is what we do, the quantitative assessment of, monthly, like complete water balance in this project. And this is the reed bed system drawing actually. So here basically 11 number of reed beds were designed with the capacity of 60,000 liters of water to be treated from the toilets and wastewater streams, which goes in the reed bed system. So that means you don't require a mechanical STP in this project. It means that. And this is during reed bed system construction, you can see some of the photographs. You can just have a look like, how the progress, how the work was done. So this is the reed bed system. You can see, because this is a case study, that's what I'm showing you, every component of this. Coming to the energy management system and net zero, I'll tell you, this is moreover very 80% of the energy is always, I think it's always towards the net zero goal, because here EPI reduction is almost 69%. That means 70%. So 70% saving is just through the, either you are not using any lighting system because the daylight is maximum, and you are only using the energy for pumping system mostly, and in some of the areas like conference room etc., where you use very small ventilation part is there, mechanical ventilation. Otherwise the entire campus is just naturally ventilated, because you have a very nice air quality there. So you don't need any mechanical system here, and you have solar water heater, we have solar PV system here. So which makes this project mostly net zero, towards net zero 80 to 90%. So these are, I will not go in detail because there's a lot of things. And the green housekeeping in the hospitality is a very important component. All the chemicals they use in day-to-day operation, they are certified. They don't use any chemical based housekeeping materials here. Then this is the waste management plan. Also you can see how the centralized waste management system is being done here, how it is being collected, then segregated. Then I'll show you here, these are the some of the pictures, how the dry and wet waste is being done separately. Then dry waste is also further separated again and giving to authorized recyclers. And in this picture you can see they have a traditional method of, not the OWC machine, which is used based on the mechanical system, which also consume electricity. So this is a naturally composting system. So they use their own natural compost here, they grow it here, they take 100% of their food waste is being converted into the natural compost, which is used for their entire landscape system. So this is e-waste also, they do electronic waste management also here. So this is, it's not only they do the practices, but they quantify also. So this is also the inclusiveness. This is their dormitory within the campus itself. So for their employee and staff, they have given very good environment and the lifestyle for them also. So there also you can see, even here also hardly a hardscape. Here it is also the natural pervious surfaces are there, naturally ventilated. There's a windows you can see. You can feel the vibe, from the picture itself. And a lot of green education program are conducted for them also, so that they can also communicate with the guest in the same way. You can see this is not the kitchen for the guest. This is kitchen for the employees. This is a canteen for employee and their children. So you can see the green education. If their children have written this, all these, they have done these paintings. Now I'll show you when they are doing their internal operation and the green hospitality and the eco green lifestyle approach here. They are mostly using, all the products are either they are salvage, they are plastic free, and mostly even the toiletries in the clay containers. Even in the dining areas, mostly the clay material they use. No plastic, only the glass bottles. Even if you can see the local made folders, recycled paper, paper pen, stone dispenser, biodegradable packaging material, you can see everything is being done, with an eco lifestyle, green lifestyle concept approach. And it's not just they do it, but they also educate the guest, so that when the guest also comes, so it's a guest experience also, because it is our responsibility to educate, to spread the awareness among the stakeholders. So this is what, the organic and the local food awareness in the restaurants, that is also given in the menu card. You can see that. Even if you can see the table rosters, that is also eco-friendly. The bags are also being distributed eco-friendly. Even I'll tell you, they use the souvenirs and handicraft in the resort itself. The products which are made by within the resort itself, like they use all their local grown products. They use that in food applications. Even the scrub, they use their fruit peel also. They make the scrub out of that, and they use for the as a beauty products there, which is a revenue model also. So this is the scrubs, face wash, soaps. All these accessories are being made within the site itself. They don't purchase it. So these are the some of the lot of stuff is there. So if I talk, I'll take another 2 hours. So I'm just showing you the highlights. So you can see this all eco lifestyle elements here. So now I'll show you, apart from the environmental, they are also doing something which is beyond the fence community initiatives, where they are also educating the surrounding people, neighborhood communities. they are also involving with them and doing something good for them also. This is what the sustainable tourism is all about, that you are not only talking about your business, but you are also thinking triple bottom line. You are also talking on the social community, also doing something for them also. So you can see their initiative in the surrounding areas. And at the end, I would like to tell you that this project is IGBC Green Resort Rating Platinum certified. And very recently, we have given this particular rating in the presence of Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis ji. Even in fact, I was there myself, and I have a very good speech here in front of the Deputy CM, which is already on the YouTube and which is in Hindi, about our local heritage architecture and local practices and sustainable practices. So this is what I just wanted to share, because time is the constant. So this is what, and the end, I would like to say that, believe it or not, you can be kind to the planet and stuff your wallet without much effort at all. Adopting a greener approach to life doesn't have to be difficult. It means just, it should, it should be from your heart. If you feel you want to do it, nobody can stop you. You can do it. Thank you very much. And because this is the need of the hour. Thank you.